Joining us now is Mike Schulte, Executive Director of the Oklahoma Wheat Commission. And Mike, we're in harvest. Give us kind of an update of how far along we are and how producers are doing out there.
Well, we're in the third week of June, Lyndall, and USDA estimates us at around 50% complete in the state of Oklahoma, so we're kind of lagging behind from what we normally would be. And no doubt it's just been a really tough year for producers. Overall crop prospects going into this harvest just were not very favorable, looking with the significant drought that we did have in the state, along with the late freeze on April 15th. And now that we've gotten in the field, we're getting all this rain in central and northern regions of the state. And so it's really hindered our progress.
Now, in terms of the harvest overall, we've heard that this is kind of the worst that Oklahoma has seen since 1957. Is that still accurate?
That would be the case. USDA has us estimated. Those new estimates came out last week, and they've lowered the number a little bit again at 59.4 million bushels is what they're predicting for the state. And just based off of what we're seeing and hearing from reports coming in, I think they're probably right in line with those numbers. 1957, we came in at 43 million bushels, and if you look at today's technologies and things, it's really kind of disheartening to the producer out there right now.
We talked about the challenges with drought, which we all know about. We know about the late freeze, but really these last couple of weeks we've seen so much rain, which has been a blessing in a lot of ways, but it's been frustrating at the time that it's arrived, and a lot of people just kind of rained out.
Yes, and I think a lot of the producers were wanting the rains even in the southwest part of the state, even though it was harvest time, because there was such a dire need for the water. But as we've gotten into the central and northern regions of the state, the rains just really haven't stopped, and now the crop is ripe in those regions. And there is, there's concerns that it could impact the quality now at this point in time, and I suspect that that is happening in the field. We just really haven't had a good, run of having producers be able to get in the field for more than a day and a half. So the reports that we have been seeing are not showing any indications on lower test weights in a lot of instances, but if we continue to get the rain, I think that is going to be the case.
Now, for the wheat that has been harvested, how is quality looking?
Before all the rains, we had outstanding quality, which is kind of unusual. That quantity number is the thing that producers are not going to have this year, and so that's not good for them. But quality overall, from a marketing perspective, it would be what our domestic and export markets would be wanting. We had extreme high test weights before the rain, anywhere from 59 to 63 pound, and protein qualities exceptionally well in the state. Some of the test weight numbers in the northern regions have dropped a little bit with these past rains these weeks. We've been seeing some 56, 57s. We're hopeful that producers can get in the field before those test weights get any lower. The protein numbers are hanging in there, so we're just hopeful if we could get 4 or 5 days in the field that maybe we could go ahead and get this crop harvested and just move forward without some of the quality issues that might arise.
So what are your predictions on when everything will wrap up, weather permitting, of course?
I never like to predict, Lyndall. I thought that since this harvest started before Memorial Day, in some instances in southwest Oklahoma, that it might be a faster harvest because of all the dry weather we had had. I never suspected that we'd have all this moisture at this time and this would be our issue. But certainly it's going to be a week or two later than what we normally see.
Okay, but as we know, producers are resilient, as is the wheat.
Always in Oklahoma, no doubt.
Okay, Mike Schulte with the Wheat Commission.